Hi everyone, today we're back landscaping. I'm at the shop early this morning getting things ready for today's project. We've been hired by one of our weekly lawn care clients. They bought an RV within the last month and will be building a gravel parking pad alongside their driveway. This morning we're going to be taking the Ford F450 with a utility trailer, and we need to grab a skid steer and then head on over to the local supplier to pick up some gravel, so we need to head on out before it gets too busy. For skid steers, I'm thinking why don't we take the Bobcat here. It's all ready to go for us, and the Cat needs to be serviced here, so let's get this loaded up and we'll head on out. If you want to see more landscaping projects, please hit the like button, it's much appreciated. Let's see, looks like we're leaving the shop at 6:55. That is awesome. We're trying to get to landscape supply as early as we can. After 7:30, there's a 4 or 5 truck line with other companies trying to get materials for projects. So I try to get there early so we can get loaded and get right on over to project. And like always, guys, there is a full mods list link down below if you guys want to see any of the mods used in today's video here. But this should be a lot of fun, guys. It's a pretty big RV. There's been a lot of mud with the spring rains, and that is why they want us to build them a gravel parking pad. It's a much more affordable way to expand the driveway without having to pay for asphalt, which nowadays is super expensive. Look at that, guys. We are here. We won't be waiting in the line. Sweet. And this is the new landscape supply in town, which is awesome. I'm really excited to be featuring it in some more videos here. We'll be buying supplies, things like that from them. But let's see here. We want to make sure we are buying the right gravel. This looks to be 1/2-inch gravel. And this is it here. So this is what we'll be doing. It's a little bit smaller gravel, 3/4 inch. This should be perfect. So let's get them loaded up. I'm going to see if I could kind of give him the camera, put it on the windshield, get some pretty cool angles here of him loading our truck. Thanks, have a good day. Before we head on out, guys, I just wanted to show you the Cat 908. That's a next-gen loader. That thing did a really good job. Only took a few minutes to load the F450, but we're off to a job site now. We've been using the dump truck and the dump trailer quite a bit, and I think it might be time for us to look for something a little bit bigger, like a F650, maybe Chevy 4500. We'll have to look to see what discounts, promotions, all the different manufacturers are, and maybe something lightly used will come on the market. So we'll have to keep an eye out over the next few months here, because I think we could definitely get another dump truck for the business here. But we are pulling into subdivision, and I think we are going to be taking a left here. Yep, so we'll go this way, and then it's a few houses down. And we have arrived here, so you guys can see. Wow, it's actually on this roundabout here. Sweet. There's a lot of extra room here for us. It's not one of those very small, tiny streets where we would create a traffic jam. But this Fleetwood RV needs a parking pad. I mean, look at that. It is like sitting on dirt and dust. This was all mud. The homeowner was showing me pictures when it was raining, and they tried to move it a few days after, and they almost got stuck to have to call a tow truck. So this will really look better and will function a lot better here. But why don't we hop in the Fleetwood RV? We'll move it off to the side. So we're going to go from the front of the house. Let's see. We want to go right to that back window is what we want. Okay, we'll get this moved off into the driveway. I always like to have the vehicle or the trailer kind of where they want it. That way we could do based on that, not just on kind of estimating with measurements and things like that here. But we'll get the skid steer unloaded, and we're going to get to removing all this topsoil and get it ready for gravel. Now this bucket here does not have teeth on it, but we're just kind of digging up topsoil, trying to get down to that clay layer, so I really do not see that being an issue. And like I mentioned, we are going to be going to this window right about there. We'll get turned around here and we'll keep going. Now I did see that Terra Firma was released, and we'll be doing some cool videos, excavation, things like that. I can't wait to use that mod. Let's see here. I think another pass, and I think we have it almost all dug up. Cleaning up just a little bit right alongside the concrete driveway. We need to make sure we don't end up damaging that, but we're ready for gravel here. This thing looks great. There's a few bumps we'll smooth out when we do the gravel here, but there's plenty of room in this little bit of an angle. It will be a nice transition back onto the driveway. This gravel is pretty much maxing out this F450 and what we could really haul with it, and that is one of the other reasons why I think it's time for us to look at getting a little bit of a bigger dump truck. But we'll just end up dumping a pile here. We'll just spread it with the skid steer. We'll do a little bit more, and then we'll leave a little bit in the truck. That way we don't have to clean it all up. It's a little bit easier to unload little by little than to have to load up all the extra there. And whatever is extra, we'll bring back to the shop, and the customer is only going to be charged for the amount we use here. Alright, let's get to spreading this gravel here. Now, I might be a little rusty with the skid steer spreading it, but hey, we'll do a good job. Oh yeah, this is spreading very nicely. Sweet! I think we have a little bit of hand raking to do right alongside the house and hand raking right alongside the concrete here. So let me do that, and then we are ready to see what it looks like with the Fleetwood here. This is going to be a great pad. It's definitely a little bit wider, which will be good, help maneuverability wise, and that way they don't end up getting a tire in the grass. But let me do some hand raking, and then we'll see how the RV parks in its new parking spot. And just like that, guys, the parking pad is complete. The RV's in its spot, and we're going to have one happy customer here. Job complete, and we could go take a lunch break before we head on to the next one. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned and subscribe for more.